field stands. The red light coming on. And there they go, they're off. Pull the Trigger, the favourite from the inside, was one of the first of them to leave and won the start from Trio, but Grand Reserve's looking for the front. West Coast Warrior, Spanish Cat, who's out near the middle of the course, burning over, and it's going to fly across now and go to the lead. Spanish Cat takes over and led by a length and a half, settling down to West Coast Warrior, and Grand Reserve kicking up just in front of it. Trio fourth. Pull the Trigger getting snared away down on the inside in the early part from Queensland Diesel, Altina, Zoltanite, followed then by White in the back half of the field, then Man's or Magic. Kim went to Zim second from last. The tail ender is Agrabah. Spanish Cat led them as they worked down the riverside of the track, 1100 from home. It's Spanish Cat. He drops the anchor, wanted to slow them right down, and they've got very compact. Up running second, Grand Reserve. West Coast Warrior found itself sitting 3 deep, so trapped in no man's land in a slowly run affair. Pull the Trigger, pulling its way up on the inside to be fourth in front of Trio close handy. Queensland Diesel is sitting 3 deep in that line. Over on the inside is Altina with Zoltanite. Waitiri is around those, 3 deep. Followed further back by Man's or Magic. Kim went to Zim, and back there with those, near enough to last, but in a very compact affair still, is Agrabah. They've gone to the 500 metre mark, and Spanish Cat now being urged along leads Grand Reserve. Pull the Trigger has to bide its time, and it'll need a bit of luck to get clear as well coming into the home corner. Around them goes Queensland Diesel, West Coast Warrior, Trio back behind those. Grand Reserve hit the front soon on straighting. Still no run for this favourite, although he sees a bit of daylight now. In the meantime, Queensland Diesel, Trio are picking up. Grand Reserve's in front. Pull the Trigger again, getting balked for a run. Trio coming at Grand Reserve. Grand Reserve will cling on. Grand Reserve beat home Trio. Third, probably Agrabah, or on the outside, running home very well late, Man's or Magic. There was no luck for Pull the Trigger. He really couldn't get a crack at them at any particular stage in the straight. Back behind them, Spanish Cat, West Coast Warrior. Kim went to Zim and Altina. Queensland Diesel not far from those in a very compacted finish. Waitiri and Zoltanite. Grand Reserve, Brad Parnham gets home. Horrible watch for favourite back, as if they chimed in at the shorts. Not pretty viewing at all for Pull the Trigger's supporters. Jammed up. Gate 1 turned out to be the poison chalice after all, and just never really got a crack at them. Grand Reserve there on speed. Trio, which had done nothing in any previous starts, has followed the money trail there this afternoon, running on into second spot. Third goes to Agrabah, coming from last in 151.72, but it was just an amble around really. They were quite pedestrian in the middle stages of the race in particular. They kicked off the corner. Pull the Trigger just couldn't build at any stage. Grand Reserve got across in front of it at one stage and balked him for a moment, but he just couldn't build any great tempo there, and goes into the hard luck basket. A half a length and a length of the margins. The interim numbers are 5, 7, 3 and 4. 5 Pull the Trigger first, 7 Trio second, third number 3 Agrabah, and fourth number 4 in Pull the Trigger. 5, 7, 3, 4. So the winner by Machino. Another individual winner there for Machino, out of Champagne Bubbles for the Morton Stable, ridden by Brad Parnham, and ridden with great gusto, beating Trio, Chris Parnham for Grant and Alana Williams, another of the Machino stock out of Dana Smile, and third placing to Agrabah by Sotono Aladdin from Alzira, Steph Backerich and Troy Turner. Those are the details to hand after the running of race number 1. The second for the day will be the Sheila Warren Handicap, International Women's Week. And of course, Sheila, one of the longest serving members of the WATC Perth Racing. As we head downstairs, and Michael Heaton's in the yard, and he's down there with Danny Morton, winning trainer of Grand Reserve, cracking a maiden today.
Much, Darren. 5, 7, 3 and 4. Grand Reserve goes around at a good price, $9.40 on the tote, and breaks through. Danny, not a prettiest watch in terms of the tempo of that race, so you would have been pleased to see Brad keep your horse out of trouble.
Yeah, for sure. I was keen for him to just keep at him early and, do that. He's a big, rangy horse, and he comes off the bridle a little bit at times. So, yeah, he's still learning his craft, but I think he's a nice star in the making.
And was that the key today, stepping up the 400 metres to the 1800 for the first time?
Yeah, for sure. He's been crying out for ground all the time. He's on a derby prep, so hopefully that stands him in good stead.
Can we see him measure up in the JC Roberts or the Melvista in the next couple of starts then?
Yeah, we'll just sort of let the dust settle today and just have a look what's available for him. But, you know, if there's nothing else suitable, then probably the Melvista, yeah.
From memory, you backdoored your way into the Derby with Alaskan Gold, a similar pathway from midweek racing.
Yeah, this guy, you know, I knew they'd be too sharp for him over the mile there in the Lex Piper, so we just selected for this one today, and yeah, we'll just see where we go from here.
What about the rest of the day? Rasmus is a horse you have an opinion of, drawn awkwardly though, and Bondi Plunge, who broke through last start.
Yeah, I think they're both sort of trending in the right way. Bondi Plunge won nicely, so hopefully she goes on with it, and the other guy is still sort of learning his way, but he's probably a win not far away.
Well done on the win here.
Thank you.
Danny Morton there, another 3-year-old that's going to be chiming in, Scott, to these 3-year-old staying features. We've seen a few of them lately. Icebergs are on Saturday, and there are a couple of other horses that will be chiming in that are not going the conventional path, so it bodes well for the upcoming Colts and Geldings features at least.
Exactly right. Horses like Simply too, coming out of the maidens, Grand Reserve out of the maidens, and you've got a horse like Alaskan who might chime in, and so those numbers there, you're looking at the Lex Piper, but you go to the JC Roberts, you'll have a couple of inclusions, and then always you get a few extras once you get out past the 2,000 metres. Bradley Parnham joins us now after the victory of Grand Reserve. Brad, it looks like he's going to want a bit more ground because you're at him for a fair way there.
Yeah, he has been that type of horse we always thought would get over ground, and this is the furthest he's been so far, and yeah, look, he jumped well, so with the way the wind is and all that, I was actually pretty happy to have him up as forward as I did, and he likes to look around a bit too, so I thought if he's up there, he's not looking at too many other horses, and